Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the third tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we are going to build our first PHP file. Now before we do that, there is one thing that I would want to discuss with you, and that is that in order to follow along the tutorials in this course and to test PHP code in your systems, you will be requiring a text editor. And if you are a Microsoft Windows user, then Microsoft Notepad would probably be the default text editing program on your system. And I would suggest you to use something that's a little more powerful than Microsoft Notepad, because Notepad is really basic, and you would probably want to use something like Notepad++, which allows you to highlight syntax in your PHP code. And that's very important, and that's going to help you enormously in debugging your code later on. And it's a free software, and it's also not very big, so you can make a Google search for it, Notepad++, and you can check it out. And if you're watching these tutorials on Ubuntu, then you probably have gedit installed as your default text editor, and gedit is an amazing software, so you can just stick with it. So now that we have everything in place, let's make our first PHP file. And I have actually already created it, and this is how it looks like in my text editor Notepad++. I have customized it, so the background is black, and as you can see that the PHP tags in the file are being displayed in a different color. So this is what Notepad++ does, and I've also enabled line numbers for us to understand where we are in the file, when the code gets long. And you cannot save your file just anywhere on your system and access it through the browser. You'll have to store it in the folder where the Apache server can look for it. And that folder is called the document root, and the document root is the folder in which Apache searches for files when a client requests for files, right? So if you've installed WAMP stack, then you can find your document root by going to C drive and then going to the WAMP folder, and then within the WAMP folder there will be a folder called www. So you can double click, and you can see all the files that are there in it. And I have all these files which you probably won't be having, because I've made these files for this course. And there's also the file index.php here. This is the file that is opened up when you just type in localhost in your URL box in the browser. And the file that I made is actually pretty simple. It's got the opening PHP tag, which is the lesson symbol, and the question mark character, and the alphabets PHP, and the closing PHP tag, which is just the question mark symbol and the character greater than symbol. And these are very important. You cannot type in your PHP code without typing in these tags, and it's possible for you to change these tags. So if suppose you do not like this sequence, if you just want to have the percentage symbol or the hash symbol here, then it's possible for you to make changes to the configuration file and have those tags instead of using these tags. But I wouldn't recommend that, because that just makes your code less portable. And in most cases it will happen that if you are deploying your website and if you've used some other style of PHP tagging, then people won't allow you to make changes to configuration files on servers, because most people stick with default settings, and it's really not hard to type in these extra characters. It takes some getting used to it, but then once you get comfortable with it, you won't even feel that you're typing in extra characters every time you're starting your PHP tags, right? So after the characters PHP, I have a space, and then I have the name of the function, the output of which we checked out in the last tutorial, and that's PHP info. And then I have a set of parentheses, because this is a function, so I have a set of parentheses. And then I have the semicolon, and the semicolon is the character that is used to terminate statements in PHP. And if you've got just one statement in your PHP file, one statement between the opening and closing PHP tags, then the semicolon is not necessary. But I would suggest you to get into the habit of typing in the semicolon to terminate your statements, even if you have just one statement, because it can be frustrating later on, when you just miss typing in the semicolon somewhere and you're expecting the code to work fine and it doesn't work fine because the semicolon is not there. That's really frustrating. So anyway, I've saved this file in the www folder so that Apache can find it. And now I'll go to my browser, and after localhost, I'm going to type in a / and the name of the file that I want. So I'll type in info.php, which is the name of the file. When I press the enter key, I see the output of the PHP info function, right? So that's it for this tutorial. I'm going to see you in the next video, in which we'll check out more features of PHP. And I hope you guys had fun watching this one. You may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.